Morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you so much for spending time with us again today. I want us to go back to the book of 2 Chronicles chapter 32 today, to a passage that is both incredibly encouraging, very practical, and it's very real. And the truth is simply this: stuff happens, but God will take care of you. Let me say that again. Stuff happens, but God will take care of you. Let me say that again. Stuff happens. It's not fair, it's not right, but stuff happens. But God will take care of you. Now we know that Hezekiah had lived this wonderful life and brought about all these reforms and really challenged the people to live for God and done all these things good. And we get to chapter 32 verse 1 and we go, oh, what in the world? It says, after all that Hezekiah had faithfully done, Sennacherib, king of Assyria, came and invaded Judah. He laid siege to the fortified cities, thinking to conquer them for himself. Now, brothers and sisters, I want you to look at this. Hezekiah was not reaping what he sowed. Hezekiah had done nothing wrong. Hezekiah had done everything right by the grace of God. Some of you, you're in trouble today, and huge challenges have come against you. Not because you've done something wrong. You haven't done anything wrong. There's just a real ugly devil out there, and forgive me, there are some really ugly, mean people out there. And so stuff happens. Now, what do you do when stuff happens? Do you say, oh God, you failed me. Oh God, you forsook me? No, you don't do that. First, you prepare. We see here in verses 2 through 8 that Hezekiah led the people of Jerusalem in preparation. He consulted with their leaders. He stopped up the water so that the invading army would have no water for its men. He repaired the walls. He built new walls. He made weapons and shields. He organized the people under leadership teams to fight. He did all of that. And then after everything was ready for the attack, he sat down and he encouraged the people. He said in verse 7, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged because of the king of Assyria and the vast army with him. For there is a greater power with us than with him. With him is only the arm of flesh, but with us is our God to help us and to fight our battles. And the people gained confidence from what Hezekiah, the king of Judah, said. Wow. Now Sennacherib came up and did his very best to discourage them, but to make a long story short, we get over to the end of the chapter, or about halfway through the chapter, and we get down to verse 22. So the Lord saved Hezekiah and the people of Jerusalem from the hand of Sennacherib, king of Assyria, and from the hand of all others. He took care of them. I like that. He took care of them on every side. Many brought offerings to Jerusalem for the Lord and valuable gifts for Hezekiah, king of Judah. From then on, he was highly regarded by all nations. Sometimes, brothers and sisters, God takes the bad things people do and turns them into blessings. Now, I want to challenge you today. Whatever is going on in your life, don't get mad at God. Don't blame God for the problems that are happening. God doesn't bring the problems. God is your solution. Stuff just happens. There's an ugly devil and there are mean people out there. So stuff happens. But God will take care of you. Be encouraged. God is with you, and by the time God's finished turning this around, life is going to look very good in Jesus' name.